As a Christian, should you be listening to secular songs? I'm waiting for your response. I want to hear it. Some time ago in the past, I had made a video talking about why I did not think that Christians should be vibing to secular jam. And back then, I was still a little bit in between because I had days that I would vibe to secular songs and I had days that I would listen to Christian songs. And yeah, that was just basically how it was. But somewhere around, I think 2-3 months back, I became really intentional and I said, you know what? If we're going to stop this thing, we have to really stop it. It wasn't going to be an on and off thing. If you're stopping it, then you're stopping it for good. That was a decision that I made. Prior to making this decision to stop listening to secular music, I was having a little bit of an issue with maladaptive daydreaming. A little bit of an issue. Let's not blow it out of proportion. It was a little bit of an issue. I noticed that these maladaptive daydreaming used to flourish most when I had secular songs on. Thinking about the whole sad vibes, I don't think there's any praise or worship song that is sad. Even if it's talking about what Christ did for you on the cross, it is still not sad. But you're having this song like, back then, my favorite jam used to be River of Tears. Oh my god. Look, the moment I'm listening to River of Tears, I am playing a full script in my head. And before you know it, I could sit playing this script for so long that it becomes my mood for the day. Like, I'm not even joking. So I started to see how these songs were not really helping me grow. The whole thing with maladaptive daydreaming, number one. Number two, I started to notice, due to the whole maladaptive daydreaming, I will spend the bulk of my day not being productive because I'm busy daydreaming about it. I'm busy imagining stuff. I'm listening to vibrational stuff that are just putting me in this mood, this boss bitch mood, this boss bitch attitude. While I'm supposed to be getting the work to actually become the boss bitch, I'm busy vibing it in my head. So it was stealing from my productivity. And at the end of the day, I find myself not even being able to be properly creative. I find myself not being able to be properly creative after I'm done vibing to all of these songs. And sometimes I start to notice that I get more tendency to be violent from just listening to secular music. I say that I've stopped listening to, at least throughout the whole of last week. I didn't listen to anything that was from a secular artist. It was just basically listening to Christian songs, Forrest Frank and others. Things that I noticed used to go on with me while I was vibing to secular songs was my tendency to have thoughts laced with anger, especially when I was listening to some kind of trap music. Like some kind of traps that would just get you all. And before you know it, my thoughts are centered around anger, destructive thoughts, and so many other things. And it took me a while to realize these things, but from my own opinion and my own experience, in fact, I could make like so many more parts of this video, but from my own experience and from the little encounters that I have had, as a Christian, secular music and you should not be in the same boat, honestly speaking. Months ago, I was watching something online and the man said, a lot of us want to have a good relationship with God, but we do not feed our spirit. We spend time feeding our flesh. I'm going to go over that again. If you want to have a relationship with God, spend time feeding your spirit and not your flesh. So when you're listening to secular music, you're feeding your flesh. You're giving your flesh life. You're giving your flesh power. Your flesh is dominating. There are times that you could just stay, and it's so easy for secular songs to play in your head than a worship song. I am not kidding. This is something that I'm still experiencing. When this song came out, I'm not even going to sing this song because singing this song is going to start playing in my head. Anxiety. When that song came out, I could literally stay, and from nowhere, it's just playing in my head. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, music has spirit. We're not going to dispute that. I mean, all of us should know this by now. Music has spirit. But when you find yourself constantly singing something, there's power of life and death in your tongue. You're constantly singing something. You're constantly proclaiming something over and over again, and you don't even know it. There are spirits around you. They are picking these things and they are moving it into your reality, and you don't even know what is going on. So spend time feeding your spirit rather than feeding your flesh. Look, I honestly do not want to make this video too long, but I do hope that you found value in this, and I do hope that if you're someone who is really intentional about wanting to level up, as much as you're leveling up physically, your body is all glam, your bank account is glittering, and all of that, you should also focus on leveling up your spiritual relationship with your creator, because at the end of the day, it's vanity upon vanity if all you're focused on is getting all of these material things, all of this cool stuff, but you are not focused on getting it right with Christ. I do hope that you found value in this. Do well to like this video, subscribe, leave a comment down below, whatever your thoughts is. If you even hate what I'm saying, leave the hate comments down below. Let me hear it and most likely address it. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, bye.